we had everything wrong from the onstart, right from preparations in Ghana. I mean, yes, as a nation like Ghana who has won the Afcon 4 times, the last time we won it was in 1982. It tells you that yes, we are still far behind. Look, when Ghana qualified for this Afcon, I mean, in terms of preparation, we needed a place where the players should be able to camp or would have their normal camping ahead of the tournament. Ghana to Ivory Coast by flight is less than 2 hours. By road it's about 10 hours. So we share almost everything in common in terms of weather, in terms of any other. I think few things like currency and other things would differentiate us from Ivory Coast. But trust me, half of Ivorians are descendants from Ghana. So if you should have a tournament like this and you should find it very difficult to even get a place to camp your players, it tells you that look, you are just not ready in the first place. We had wanted to go to South Africa. What do you have to do in South Africa? South Africa weather is different from what we have in Ghana here. Initially it was Dubai, later they said South Africa. It got to a point we even found it very difficult to even have a place in Ghana to camp this place just because we lack infrastructure. Look at what's happening in Abankesi. That was the only venue we were able to use. And we all heard what happened. A lot of questioning about the venue, about how the place was just not clean. Everything, the equipment they use and everything. I mean, we had it. So for me, I think that we had it wrong from the very onset. Now going to this Afcon itself, I mean, we had so much trust in a coach known as Chris Hughton, whom we really had been with the technical team for over a year and a half. So if anybody should get things right, it should be Chris Hughton and his 2 assistant managers. That is Didi Dramani and then George Boateng. But here lies the case. In terms of player selection, they had everything wrong. And clearly, what you produce is what you get as your end product. And so for me, I think that yes, Ghana was not prepared in terms of preparations in general. Our quality on the field, yes, we had individual brilliance, but in terms of teamwork, what we saw from what this Black Stars team exhibited and what the Ivorians are doing, the Malians are doing, the Angolans are doing, tells you that there's a huge difference between what we did and what they are doing now. So clearly the players were not ready in terms of honoring the invite, because we saw how some of them played as if there was nothing at stake, as if they were forced to come and don the national colors of the nation, which tells you that look, if this is how things are going to panel out, then trust me, we are going to find it very difficult to even make sure we parade a very good team for our next Afcon. So for me, I think that the technical team had it wrong with player selection. The players themselves were not ready and committed, and they shouldn't be given an opportunity again. And then going into the game itself, our first game that we played, I mean, clearly we had everything wrong from our starting 11. What should Ransford Yeboah do in the starting 11, if not because of somebody's selfish interest? You understand? Whilst you had a player like Ernest Nuama, who has been excelling for his club in the French League One. I mean, clearly everybody saw it. You see, I was very happy in the sense that all our games we played in Ivory Coast was 8 p.m. So it gave almost every Ghanaian the opportunity to look at our performance in the Afcon. And so when you are working in town and you ask somebody about our performance, everybody tells you the team should be dissolved because we played as if we were not hungry for success. And Ghana, prior to this tournament, is tipped as one of the nations to go past even the group stages and then the quarterfinals. But what did we see? An early exit in the group stages. I told a friend this morning, look, it will get to a point where the Black Stars will find it very difficult to even qualify when we are paired against our opponents. Because at this stage, we are finding it very difficult to qualify from the group stages. 2 years ago in Cameroon, we saw what happened. 4 years ago in Senegal and in Egypt, we saw what happened. And it tells you that it has been happening over the years, and our authorities, the FA officials, our technical team are not putting good measures in place to be able to make sure we rectify these errors. Look at our first game. We considered 2 poor defensive error goals in a 9 minutes. The same game against Egypt, we did the same thing in our last game against Mozambique.